Section D. Social implications. Question 6. Read the following text about security concerns over the app TikTok. This text has been paraphrased from the cited sources. You should then answer the questions that follow. Universities in at least 10 US states have taken steps to ban the use of the popular app TikTok on campus Wi-Fi networks. The ban affects both staff and students. Several US states and the federal government have also banned TikTok from government-owned devices due to concerns about the app's data collection and the Chinese company that owns it. Similar bans have been put in place in India and at the European Commission due to security concerns. The app collects a large amount of user data, which could potentially offer sensitive information to the Chinese government. The head of the FBI has also expressed concerns about the app's data collection and its potential to spread Chinese state-influenced operations. ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, has not been transparent about how data flows between the US and China operations, raising concerns about its practices. Last month, a major US magazine reported that TikTok's parent company tracked journalists' IP addresses to identify which employees were sharing unauthorized information. However, TikTok remains popular globally, with over 1 billion users, and the ban in the US at university level are unlikely to impact the app's popularity significantly. However, a greater ban, for example, countrywide, would substantially impact US users. Question 6.1. Cybersecurity is the term used to describe all methods individuals and companies use to reduce the risk of an attack that will result in data loss. Name one hardware or software application that reduces the risk of a cyber attack. I would suggest that you use the memo's answer for this particular question. It is not my intention to complicate this answer, as the answer is easy. I just want to give as much examples as possible. The memo's answer states that you could use either one of these three correct answers: antivirus software, anti-malware software, local firewall, or Windows firewall. Now, the answers that I gave could be added to the ones that has been listed in the memo. So let's take a look. Question 6.1. Hardware devices that you could give are firewalls. Network firewalls such as Cisco ASA or Juniper SRX that blocks unauthorized access to a network. Encryption devices. Hardware encryption devices like HSMs, which stands for hardware security modules, that securely stores and manages encryption keys. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this, so just take a quick look after pausing and we'll move on. Now, software applications. Antivirus software. Software like Norton Antivirus, McAfee Antivirus, or Kaspersky Antivirus that detects and removes malware. Firewall softwares. Softwares like Windows Defender Firewall or Glasswire Firewall that blocks unauthorized access to a computer or network. Now take a look at the rest and let's move on to question 6.2. Question 6.2. Give 2 reasons why you believe TikTok has become such a successful and popular social media platform. Reason 1. IEB's answer is pretty superior to what I could find in the fact that it encapsulates everything that can be shortened to that extent. Let us look at it. Reason 1. Library of music soundtracks to use without concerns over copyright. Easy to create video content, videos are short, videos are more engaging than text, as in Twitter. Reason 2. Algorithms which promote content, algorithms which provide similar content to users, popular during COVID. Now then, 6.3. List 3 types of information which TikTok might collect and possibly be made available to the Chinese government. You should briefly explain how each of these might be useful. The answers. Information type. The information type could be location data. Location data. TikTok might collect location data from users' device, including IP addresses, GPS coordinates, and Wi-Fi network information. Information type number 2. Biometric data. TikTok may collect biometric data such as facial recognition information, voice print, and fingerprint through its various features and integrations. This data could be used to identify and track individuals, even if they use pseudonyms or try to remain anonymous. Create detailed profile of users, including their interests, behaviors, and demographics. Enhance surveillance and monitoring capabilities, including those used for law enforcement or national security purposes. Information type number 3, content and communication data. I didn't make this one bold. TikTok may collect data on the content that users create, share, and interact with, including text, images, videos, and audio. This data could be used to monitor and analyze public opinion and sentiment, including attitudes towards the Chinese government or sensitive topics. This data could be used to identify and suppress dissenting voices or opposing movements. This data could also be used to inform targeted propaganda and disinformation campaigns, including those aimed at influencing public opinions or shaping the narrative around sensitive issues. The answer in IEB's memo is as follows. Information type, location of user. A foreign government can use this to determine movement of citizens in various countries. Can create age profiles of users in order to target different age groups if necessary. Information type, what other apps are used. Apps can detect what other apps are currently being used or installed on a device, useful to profile users. Information type, what website visited. Acts can detect browser activity to likewise profile user and potentially targets them. 6.4. The article states that bans on campus network are unlikely to make the app less popular. Give 2 ways a university student might still be able to use the app while on campus when TikTok is banned. These are the only 2 possible answers that can satisfy this question. The answer, 6.4, mobile data. Students can use their personal mobile data plans to access TikTok on their smartphones, bypassing the campus network restrictions. This means that they can still access the app, create and share content, and interact with other users on TikTok while on campus. The second way is that they could use virtual private networks, VPN. Students can use a VPN to mask their IP address and make it appear as if they were accessing TikTok from a different location, outside the campus network. This would allow them to bypass the campus network restriction and access TikTok, even if it's blocked on the university's network. These are the only 2 possible answers that can satisfy this question. Now, I'm not just asking you to memorize this on the basis that you'll need this on an exam. Rather, I'm asking you to memorize this just in case your university pulls a stunt like this. Let's move on. 6.5. A student who uses TikTok has stated that they don't believe that their personal information is at risk, as they merely use the app as a non-registered user, without creating an account. Do you believe this to be true? Justify your answer with 1 reason. The answer there is obviously no. No. Reason being, TikTok collects data from all users, including non-registered ones. This can include device information, IP addresses, browsing history, and location data. Second reason, tracking technologies. The app uses cookies and other tracking technologies to monitor user behavior. This means that even without an account, TikTok can track what videos you watch, how long you watch them, and your interactions with the app. Device fingerprinting. Even without an account, TikTok can still collect device-specific information, such as the device's IP address, browsing type, screen resolution, and operating system. This information can be used to create a unique identifier for the device, which can be used to track the user's activities. The 4th one is cookie tracking. TikTok, like many other websites and apps, uses cookies to track user behaviors and preferences. Cookies can be stored on the device even if the user doesn't create an account, and they can be used to identify the user's device and track their activities. 6.6. Fairly Fit is considering creating its own app for gym and cafe customers. Suggest to the owners 2 methods to ensure that their customers' data used by the app is secure. Tip number 1. Method 1. Implement end-to-end encryption. Now, before this, check IEB's answers. They're easy to memorize. I'm just explaining these. Implementing end-to-end encryption. Fairly Fit can implement end-to-end encryption for all data transmitted between the apps and their servers. This means that any data sent by the customer, such as login credentials, personal details, or payment information, is encrypted on the customer's device and can only be decrypted by the intended recipient, i.e., which is Fairly Fit server. To implement end-to-end encryption, Fairly Fit can use secure communication protocols such as HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, or TLS, Transport Layer Security. Method 2. Regular security audits and updates. Conducting regular security audits can help identify and fix vulnerabilities in the app. This includes code reviews, penetration testing, and vulnerability assessments. Additionally, keeping the app and its underlying systems up to date with the latest security patches and updates is essential. This helps protect against known vulnerabilities and ensures that the app remains secure against emerging threats.